I like YouTube. I mean, I know everybody's like, "Oh, are you on what is it? Apple and all that stuff." Yeah, we're on this, we're on that, but it's like just come find us on YouTube.
I tell you, but YouTube is the one I want people to go to. That's the one that I flex on. Like that's the one I want to see succeed. That's yeah, yeah.
And what's crazy is like I mean, you put a lot of money in this motherfucker, but we all put a lot of work into it, everybody, to get to 1,000. And now it's like, I don't know, like here, I'll put it in your terms. It's like when you started baling hay and you had 2 balers. And every fucking night it was a struggle. That nodder didn't work. This tractor didn't start. And you've worked your way up to having 7 or 8 of the little balers, and you just go out there and knock the motherfucker out. So like I'm so confident that we could podcast anywhere in the world, load this shit up in a bag, and we fly somewhere and put it together.
Yeah.
It's like it's took us those 1,000 subscribers to learn how to do it.
Yeah, I would say so.
And I don't even think we are 100% know how to do it, but I'm confident. Yeah.
To be perfect or to master something, 10,000 hours or whatever. You know, when you told me how many watch hours, that just blows my fucking mind. That there was that many watch hours, 4,000.
That's a lot.
Only 24 hours in a motherfucking day. Like, how did that happen?
That's a lot. I'll tell you what trips me out is when I go places and they say, "Oh, you're one of the Brandons."
When that little boy came up to me, and it's like, I was like, "Well, what the fuck?" I was all giggling and shit.
And like when people are like, "Oh, you're one of the Brandons from the podcast," man, I really liked when you had whatever Larry D Guy on there, and it's like, man, you have been watching for a while.
Yeah,
you didn't just show up yesterday at freaking Mikey Fletcher.
Yeah,
you know you've been down for a while.
Are we rolling? Oh, cool. Yeah. We can just cut something up in the beginning.
Okay, that's what I think.
Yeah, you know, and it kind of. How I gotta say this without being stupid, but I didn't want to be famous, of course not. You know, fuck, not famous, but it does feel good to, you know, feel like our work's paying off in a way.
I think that's
the only way that we could get like, how am I? You know, help me out this. Like the only way that we can feel like we're.
Well, I think that's exactly what it is.
You know what I mean?
Work's paying off because this ain't easy.
Yeah,
like it seems real easy, right? I come in here, I bullshit behind this thing, but the dude over there behind the glass does a shitload of work when we leave. You do a shitload of work to make all this stuff happen. Really, the guys that got it easy are me and Caesar.
Yeah,
we kind of show up, but
there's a price to be paid on that too.
Right? You know even us. I mean, but everybody puts in the work. Like we go out of town, we all got to work as a team, and you know what I like about it is like I go to work and I'm the jefe, right? Every decision falls on me. If we buy fuel here, or if we take a tractor there, or we move cows there, or we kill that cow, all the decisions fall on me. My favorite thing about this is it all falls on you. That's my favorite fucking thing.
And season 2, it's all gonna fall on Craig now.
That's my favorite.
That's what I hate. I know exactly what you're saying.
No, it's my favorite.
Yeah.
So somebody don't show up. Hey man, what the hell?
And we've had that happen.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, we've had it happen.
I think just once.
Yeah.
Was it once? I know once. I know for
well,
sure
I know
once.
it. Junior and Caleb.
Oh yeah, I wasn't even.
Remember at Prescott?
That was about a.
Well, we sit around there till 10 o'clock at night, and then they had to go to Whataburger or some shit.
That was big risk, big reward, I guess you could say on that.
And you know what else I've learned since I started this is when I started it, I had all these guys in my mind, like thoughts of how these guys were, because you only see them on TV, right? And you only see them for 5 minutes. The thing they're doing with Ty Harris right now is really cool.
Yeah.
Like you really see behind the scenes. And that dude seems like somebody we could kick back with, right? But you see Trey Yates on TV, very pressed, dressed, comes from a roping dynasty, right? Royalty in the roping game. You say Yates, everybody knows who you're talking about. That's to me, Yates, Brazil, Barnes, I mean, that's all kind of going together, right? So you got an image in your mind. That guy's probably a cocky prick. You meet this guy,
cool cat,
the coolest cat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, one of the coolest that we interviewed.
One of the coolest we've ever interviewed. Now, you get Mikey Fletcher on here, you're gonna think, okay, this dude partied with Andrew Coleman Smith. He's gonna be pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know, you have that already, but like a guy like Trey, you're thinking, I don't know. And then I've not let's see, maybe.
I know one that you're talking about already. I could read your mind.
Yeah, probably one
Yeah.
out of everybody we've interviewed, and only because, just in all fairness, only because he was still trying to build his brand.
Yeah.
So he thought he needed to act a certain way.
Yeah.
Trey Yates don't need to build his brand.
No.
Cesar De La Cruz don't need to build his brand. Eric Rogers sure as hell don't need to build his brand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So those dudes can
Proof's
come
in
on
the
here
pudding. Yeah.
and just be normal. That guy that I didn't really like that much was still trying to build his brand. So all respect, but
You know, I don't know how you feel about this, but you know, when I go to when I was out at the county fair, you know, everybody's kind of like us. You know, they're all country folk. You know,
Yeah.
hillbilly fucks. But that's when I got some love down there. You know, some of them people. And then I was talking to this one guy, and he's like, "Man, you know, that's cool. What I, you know, he's like, man, you should have done this guy." I was like, "We did him." You know, like what I like, especially you got to do more than me. But would you ever think like you would? I mean, like I said, we could meet him in passing, But like, would you ever say 2 years ago before we started this, it wasn't even in your mind that you would ever sit down with some of these people? You know,
no, I mean, did I ever think?
that's the cool part, right?
I can remember sitting at home, and when the NFR started at 10 o'clock at night, waiting to watch Cody and Fred rope against each other.
So he would do this shit,
right? Okay. I never thought from even that point to before we started this podcast that I'd have Cody Old's number and Fred Whitfield's number in my phone.
Yeah.
And I could call them and they know who's calling.
Yeah, that's cool. That's a cool part.
What up, T-Mac?
Yeah, that's the cool
like,
part.
right?
Yeah.
So that's pretty fun.
And, you know, I know you really well, and I know I know that I know for you to be able to some of these guys, I talked to him. Like, I already know your story.
Yeah, I already know that guy.
Either I didn't have to be
I
there.
already know that guy.
And then, like, honestly, I'm not even trying to joke right now. I kind of don't remember everybody. You know what I mean? I'll have to look on a list because we've done I don't know how many of the long ones.
Yeah, and I mean, everybody always asks. I mean, it's the same thing we ask these guys. What's your favorite rodeo? Everybody asks us all the time. Well, what's your favorite guest? And man, I mean, obviously, there's a bunch.
Yeah.
You know, and I think it's every one of them for a different reason. I didn't think Trey Yates was going to be that cool. Didn't know Eric Rogers drove a tow truck. Didn't know that Larry D. Guy was so awesome. You know what I mean? And go eat sushi with us afterwards. You know, Chelsea Schaefer.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, these are all just all these people. And I don't know.
And
it's just,
honestly, like, you know, it was kind of, you know, I don't want to be a fanboy or nothing like that, but it's kind of cool that we have Cesar De La Cruz as our co-host.
That's
you know what I mean? Like,
hey, when I was watching Fred and Cody,
you're watching.
I was watching Cesar.
Yeah, I mean, I was too. I mean, that's the reason he's our co-host. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the, you know, that's the reason I got involved helping Cesar and, you know, him helping me about lessons and our whole relationship started because I loved his style. You know, I could have got lessons from anybody, you know, but I wanted them from Cesar because I loved the way he roped.
I liked his style when he backed in the box. He just reminded me of the other end of the arena, and that's where I was at. I was on the other end of the arena. So when you see a team roper down there suck his hat down, grit his teeth, and be so mad if he didn't do right, I don't care what anybody says. I mean, I know there's way smarter people in this world, but like if my daughter loses, I want her to be pissed.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be.
You know,
exactly.
there's always people. Oh, well, you can learn from your losses. Yeah, you damn sure can. You can learn. You want to win.
That's facts.
You know what I mean? You can learn something. I'm not saying that, but you know, it just I liked watching that guy, and he was fun, and it's cool now to watch his boys.
Yeah,
you know, it's cool.
It's his horse is still out there doing it too. That's what's really cool.
That is cool.
Johnny Ringo. Caesar's gone right now. He's up in. He took off Monday, went to Montana. So
we'll be getting some chainsaw videos pretty quick.
Yeah, we a little nitpick or deal about it. He texted me, and I'm going to Idaho next week. But after I get back, the week of the 15th or something, he just texted me and said that he's going to fly down, and we're going to do one with Miss Rodeo Arizona.
Oh, there you go.
So that'd be cool.
Yeah,
you know, a little something different.
I think my favorite thing about doing the podcast now, like in the beginning when you called me and said you want to do a podcast, first of all, I'm thinking, okay, look, Joe Rogan drinks every one of his podcasts. I got to drink. Like, I just have to do that. Well, yeah, I can't drink. There's way too much shit you got to keep straight, right? So once I stopped with the red Solo cup and just kind of started paying a little better attention. It was way more fun. And I love it when you call me on Monday and say, "Hey man, we got, whoever lined up, hey, we're going to, I've been talking to Jake Barnes. I've been talking to this guy, this guy." I love that.
Yeah.
Cuz I'm just like, line them up. Let's knock them down. Like,
Me too. That's what I mean. I hope that the viewers understand. Like, it ain't easy lining these people up. Like, there's a lot of we got our crew, which is 3 of us plus Craig. So there's a schedule right there. And on top of that, to get all 4 of our schedules to line up, plus the guest, and to make the stars align. And a lot of these people will tell you, yeah, they're coming, and then they don't necessarily bail out that day. But then
well, I mean,
happens,
like
with a reschedule.
What's his name? Catch.
Yeah.
So Catch is coming from Texas, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm coming." Halfway here, blows a tire, screws up an axle. That's all she
That's
wrote.
life, and we totally get that.
We totally get it. I mean,
that.
it ain't no big deal. But when we're all here waiting, and then or not here waiting, we knew obviously before. But I mean, that's just the kind of shit that happens, right?
Yeah.
And that's part of the game that we're talking about.
Yeah.
And I mean, let's not forget the baseball players.
Yeah.
I think people are kind of sleeping on the Corey Hart podcast because that dude was cool as hell.
Oh, really cool. And
when he talks about knocking out the horse, forget it. Good thing Caesar wasn't here. Caesar would have been all pissed off about him knocking out the horse.
I don't think Caesar would have told him anything. I don't think so. But on the baseball side of it, I know our views ain't like it is for the team open. I know y'all like team open, which we all like it too. It's the reason why we're doing this podcast. But
yeah, it's cool.
But when we get a chance, me and Brian are baseball fanatics, and Craig as well. When we get a chance to talk to some of these guys, and we're not talking to the 3rd string pitcher in the dugout.
No.
If you guys do your homework, the 3 guys that we've talked to are 3 very special
all-star.
Both of them are 2-time all-star, correct, Craig? 2-time all-star, both of them.
Home run derby.
That I didn't even know that until he showed up. That's crazy cool. Yeah. And then on top of that, we got Anthony, one of the very, very, very short list of people to do it. Make the major league twice. Yeah, pitching and hitting. Like I'm just saying, we're not just throwing up these scrubs up here. Like we're
not stopping at Circle K and asking if they played like high school ball at Polk High or something.
But if you guys don't like our content with baseball players, and so be it. We don't really give a shit. We're gonna still have them on. You know what I mean?
Well, we're still gonna have them on because then we get them to like tutor our kids. And come to the soccer dinners and shit like that. But that's fun.
And shout out real quick, old Benny Mosley. Shout out Stevensville Tech.
Hey, I've been watching Benny on his TikTok.
Oh yeah,
his new horse is bad to the
bone. Heard that. I heard he called me today, and
I like Benny.
Yeah, we're doing some. He's gonna be selling hay over there in Stevensville for me. So he set the truck up. Truck's coming. I mean, so he took the
initiative
to do that part of it. So I'm like, hey, if you're willing to put your neck out there and try it, let's go. Send it over there. We're going to send 512 bales on a 53-foot drop deck. He already knows all about it. So, at this point, what do we have to lose?
If you're in Stevensville, Texas, and you need some alfalfa, contact Benny Mosley.
Best hay in the state, let me tell you.
Well, now best hay in 3 states.
There you go. We got to pass through, huh?
Yeah, best hay in 3 states.
And Benny's lining up some cool guests for us too, coming up here pretty soon. And
Dude, let's bag on Benny for a minute though. Tell me that shit wasn't funny when he got Fred Whitfield, because I think he was a little like. When he got Fred Whitfield.
Yeah, no. Then he had to perform.
Because he was like, yeah. We're like, Benny, what are you doing over there?
Oh, I know.
But I don't know. I think that's the cool part too about our podcast is we will talk a little shit. So it's okay.
That interview was, I like to go back and watch, especially ones I'm not on, because, it's a little different. But you and him went back and forth there for a minute. There was a little bit of not tense, maybe tense, but not like tension, like you. But you made him answer some questions, and I think your journalism skills have gotten a lot better.
Oh, I definitely
since the start. You know what I mean?
Everybody says that, yeah. And, well, at first I was so nervous.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't say nothing the first 5 episodes myself. I really didn't.
At first I was so nervous, like to talk in the microphone and. Am I too close? You know what I mean? And now I'm just like up in it, like talking, and I kind of think that's it. Like, cause I do watch some podcasts. Like, I really like Dale Brisby. I hope he comes on. We've been talking to him a little bit, but I don't like podcasts that like are like yes men.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I kind of disagreed with Denton Dunning about the Crossfire thing. So I feel like if I would have just let him roll and I wouldn't have said anything about that, then my buddies would have called me
Yeah.
and they'd have said, "Well, you
Yeah.
don't like that.
Yeah.
Why didn't you say nothing?"
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that is one thing that I get about it. They're like, "Well, you guys, all three of you guys, when you're talking to those pros, he goes, mostly you and Brandon, but you guys ask them dudes the questions that we want to know, you know?" So I don't know. I'm not saying I think it's right if we argue with people, but I think we don't have to necessarily
No.
agree with everything that everyone says. And then after I explained my point to Denton, he agreed.
Yeah.
You know, and my only point to not liking the no crossfire rule was it takes away the heel horse working. And to me, the heel horse working and the guy turning in and really setting it down and doing that whole thing, that's the cool part.
Exactly. There's a lot. If you take out that when the healer just gets the rope, the steer going down,
Yeah.
there's like 5 methods or processes that we're just throwing to the
We're just
wayside.
throwing it away.
You know, and
To gain what, a second?
yeah, and that's what, like, to see the heel horse slide his ass and the whole motion around the corner and the way that
Dude.
the header has to set him up. I mean, that's the beauty of it.
I watch a lot of I watch a lot of TikTok. I'm guilty of that. But Dakota Kirkensauger, when he rolls that corner, because that ain't a little dude.
Yeah, he's a man.
That's a big old man. And when he rolls the corner and puts weight down in that right stirrup and just gets out there and gets a hold of one, that's rank.
Yeah,
And all that's gonna go away
yeah,
if because let's face it, Caesar could rope a steer by the 2 feet left-handed going straight down the arena.
yeah.
And all them guys would be able to do it.